Good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to this live stream. Today, you're going to be meeting some folks from Alita International Consultants. I'm so excited to be a part of this team and to really tell you a little bit more about us and really get to hear from some of the coaches and consultants and see if it might be a good fit for you. You might be someone that is looking for someone to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. So, the way this is going to work today, first off, I'd love to know where you guys are tuning in from. If you can definitely let us know where in the world you're tuning in from, you can go ahead and just comment. We want to make this as interactive as we can today, and we love hearing from our audience. So, by all means, when you get a second, just drop a comment down below. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And just for time's sake, because I want to make sure that all of the coaches and all the consultants today have an opportunity to tell you a little bit about who they are and what they do. So I'm going to kick it off. So my name's Jordan Mendoza. I'm the founder and CEO of Blaze Your Own Trail Consulting, and we help service providers with strategic marketing, sales, and leadership solutions. I'm excited to be a part of this team. For really the main reason is it's all a bunch of great people that are out to make a positive impact in the world. So if that's something that you resonate with, definitely hang with us for a little bit. We're going to be live here for right around 45 minutes or so. And, without further ado, I want to bring on one of my teammates. Her name is Harmony, and I'm going to give her just a second to tell you, who she is and what she does.
Oh, hello. How's it going, guys? It is so exciting to be here, just giving you guys an opportunity to get to know us. We're so incredibly passionate to be here serving you guys. And we set up this fantastic foundation because we wanted to create something that was going to really create an all-you-can-eat buffet for professionals and entrepreneurs. So I myself am actually a clinical hypnotherapist and an energy healer. I call myself a professional expansion specialist. I've been working with clients for almost 10 years now, so call it a decade, which blows my mind. And I support you really creating that solid foundation that you want to create so that you can become the leader that you want to be. Maybe you haven't even stepped into what it is that you wanted to do. You have this dream about creating your own thing, and you're in a job and you're just afraid to take those steps for one reason or another. Maybe it's just because you're afraid to take the security away from your family because the job that you have is providing you that income. And the idea that you might not be able to provide for your family might be terrifying you. And I've been in those shoes, working a job, providing for a child as a single mother, afraid to make that jump into becoming something more, investing in my own baby, creating my own legacy. But I'm going to tell you now that I am creating my own legacy and I'm doing my own thing, I wouldn't do anything else. I just wouldn't do anything else. So if you're in that place where you want to invest in something, but you're not necessarily in the place where you're ready to jump into it, and you just want an unconditionally loving cheerleader that can help you step into that, I've got your back. I'm also here to support professionals and entrepreneurs that have everything but happiness. There's this puzzle piece missing. I've talked to so many professionals and entrepreneurs that have created so much worldly success, that have upwards of millions of dollars in their bank accounts. And they're sitting there going, there's just an empty, gaping hole in my gut. Like no matter how much gets put into my bank account, there's something missing. And I just don't know how to fill that void. If that describes you and you're seeking that sense of inner peace that you can't find with outward success and money, I've got your back. I know how to create that inner sense of peace and success. So if you're looking for someone to build a solid foundation to build something on, or you're looking for something to fill that inner void that you haven't been able to fill yet, I've got you, and I would love to hold space for you.
everybody needs a cheerleader, right? We all need somebody in our corner, someone that's gonna be there when life happens. I always see those commercials. I think it's Progressive I think it's actually Allstate, right? The Allstate guy, and it's like life comes at you fast, and it's so true, right? You never know what life's gonna bring, and to be able to have somebody like Harmony on your team, guys. She's highly impactful at what she does. And Harmony, thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to bring up the main man with the plan, the guy really that started it all. And his name is Tom Hayes. So, Tom, I'm going to get Harmony off the screen. Welcome, Tom. I'm going to give you a few minutes just to tell everyone all the awesome things that you're up to.
Awesome. Thanks for having me here, Jordan. Thanks so much for hosting. Greatly appreciate it. Huge shout out to Jordan. He does an amazing job with all social media aspects, which I lack in. My background started a commodity and currency trading fund. With that, scaled that up, networked with a lot of high net worth entities and individuals. From there, started another consulting company called Alteza Capital with a couple business partners. We do a lot of capital raising for alternative medicines, technology, investment funds. Currently consulting for a company in Zug, Switzerland, for asset management with 700 million under management, helping them build a fourth sales team. Help with a lot of different aspects in business, primarily in scalability and technology and finance. With that, love to work with entrepreneurs who are taking their first steps into entrepreneurship, or they are looking to scale their existing company and go from there. Started about 13 businesses so far. Always been a serial entrepreneur. School of Hard is my school of choice. I haven't spent. I've spent a lot of money on different coaches and mentors, and that's what really gave me the passion to start Alita International Consultants with all of the great people that you're going to meet today, and a few more that couldn't make it today. Having a one-stop shop that you can go to as an entrepreneur to find the help that you need to, overcome those limiting beliefs, become the best version of yourself, scale your business, start the business, and go from there. There's a lot of quote unquote coaches or consultants out there that are strictly just in it for the money, or maybe don't have the credentials or experience that you're exactly looking for. So it's important to find a source. Sorry, my voice is bothering me today. Find an important source where they are credible and worthwhile and worth the dollars and the time that you put into having them come and assist you with your business, so that you're scaling in the right direction, or growing as an individual in the right direction. So that's a little bit about myself. That's a little bit about Alita International Consultants, and we're excited to be of service.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing, Tom. And there's a lot of people out there that need help foundationally, and that's something that you guys do a really good job with, Tom. Whether that's making the right introduction, whether it's helping them, get in those systems and processes or the pieces in place to go to present to an investor. So if that's you, if you're a startup and maybe you lack either the funding or the knowledge or the know-how, Tom and his team do such an incredible job. So thanks, Tom, for allowing all of us to be a part of Alita. We really appreciate your leadership. We appreciate, the thought process that you go through, and really being able to put all of these power players together. So without further ado, Tom, I appreciate you. I'm going to push you back over to the green room so we can hear
Thank you.
from our next coach. So 1 second here. Tom is such a great guy. He said he's been, started 13 businesses. What is that? Like one business every half year. Tom's like, 20 years old, I believe. So guys, just crushing it. Next, I'm going to bring up Jody Whites. Jody is such an amazing human and so amazing at what she does. And I'm going to let her share a little bit more insights on exactly who she is and who she serves. So, hey, Jody.
Hi, Jordan. Thank you for that great introduction. He is our team cheerleader, and such a great guy. And the whole team is great. Essentially, if you have a need, we've got you covered. I am a business coach, and I offer an innovative method to growing you personally to help your business. Because let's face it, when you're a leader, either of a team your own business, you're an entrepreneur, you need those leadership skills to lead yourself, to lead other people, to really make those key decisions in making your business successful, and to also lead change. Goodness knows we've had enough change in the past couple of years. So, what I do again is I offer experiential exercises that you can do together, we do together, or you can do on your own that really build the skills to get you to the place where you're saying, ah, that's where I'm stuck, or this is where I'm having a real challenge communicating with this person. We also work together so you can build relationships, not only with the people in your company, but the people in your community, like vendors, the people you work with maybe on a networking basis, to really get your point across so you can brand and get your product solved. I work with so many people who have a challenge with communication, again, with themselves and with the people around them. So I invite you to visit our website. And that is, you'll just look at the bottom third of our screen and check out my page with a complimentary coaching session. I've worked with a number of companies like Levi Strauss, Nestle, Bechtel, and really boosting their teams, but the leader of their teams. So I invite you to talk with me and let's have a chat.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Jody. If you want to be a better communicator, communication is huge. And that's something that Jody really is an expert at not only having you be a better communicator, but having you be able to show up as your best self while you're communicating. So thank you so much, Jody, for being here. I'm going to move you back to the green room while we bring up our next coach. All right, this next gentleman is a world traveler. Every time I hear about him, he's about to jump in a car or hop on a plane and go somewhere else. So I'm going to bring up Philip. Thank you so much, Philip, for
Oh
coming.
yeah.
I love what you're up to, and you're going to be able to explain it way better than me. So without further ado, Philip, welcome.
Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate it. You're the master of social. I love it. And I've got lots to learn from you. So, yeah, I have had a love affair with startups and such. And I started in corporate America. And today, I just like to help startups. I found myself in that space. And in fact, it's one of those things is just getting out there and do stuff. That's how I met Tom and how I got involved with Alita. Tom was interviewed on my podcast, The Savvy Founder. We just hit it off. We just wanted to help people. And that's really why I joined. And what I've seen in being that going on that startup journey, and one of the things you might notice my background, oh, it doesn't do the virtual background that way. Oh, nice. Is that pathway? Oh, that's kind of weird. But uh, the startup journey is just fraught with so many issues, and I call that the Silicon Valley dance. There's so many people need money to raise, and Tom is fantastic. When you need to raise $3 million or more, Tom is the fantastic person to do that. I'm teeing up companies to get to that place. I saw so many companies, for every person that pitches, about 9 or 10 don't actually make it. It's like 90% don't make it, and a lot of people feel like, hey, I failed. And so I help shorten that journey, really help focus those. And it's really because tomorrow's future, I'm just so impatient to see tomorrow's future today. There's so many fantastic people, fantastic ideas, and they just need to learn how to build that team. So I've been focusing on taking that startup person that becomes the chief everything officer and help them learn and shape their business so that they can be the chief executive officer that people, the employees and investors just want to follow and invest in and bring tomorrow's future today. And Tom is been one of those people that's we tee you up, we get you handed, you tee you up, get you ready, and then hand you off to Tom where you're raising the large money. We just have your skills and your back in that SIF. I also don't do, if you, I also believe that there's a, uh, every company has a foundation. And if your company's not built on a solid foundation, maybe you have some issues with your family or you're worried about your loved ones. There's plenty of coaches within the Alita organization that are fantastic at doing that. Harmony is one of those that really can help strengthen that foundation and get you ready to launch your business. And so if you're doing anything around startups, give me a holler, reach out to me, free discovery call. I'll get you shorten your path, shorten your journey. That's what I do. I just love ideas, love people and helping them. And every single person on Alita, we want to help people. There's so many other things I could do to make more money, but I really want to make an impact. So reach
Love
out.
it. Love it so much, Philip. Thank you so much for sharing. I love what you're doing with early phase startups. A lot of people come in without confidence and without clarity, and you're able to really get them over that hump. So thank you for what you do. We move you over to the green room while we bring up Canada's leading health expert. Yes, you heard that right, guys. Rick Fisher. Rick, how are you, my friend?
Hello, Jordan. Those are big shoes to fill. I'm not sure if I'm Canada's leading health expert, but I'm definitely the leading expert in my field.
You're Canada's leading health expert that's on the stream, aren't you?
Well, there you go.
There you go.
I am known globally. Well, first of all, my name is Rick Fisher. Hello, everyone. I am known globally for my work in copper toxicity research and mineral-based health education. I basically connect the dots between minerals, nutrition, which go together, and physical health and mental health. And look, Alita is not just about business coaching. I mean, we do have a lot of high-end coaches that specialize in business. But if you're an executive, a business leader, and yet you are exhausted in your daily life, you have no energy, or you have other physical issues going on, that is impairing your productivity. So the foundation, we talk about this often, is beginning with your health. And I have thousands of clients around the world that I've worked with for the past decade. And so many of them are not being given the answers to their underlying causes to their symptoms, especially energy issues. So minerals are one of my areas of focus. So too is energy and energy production. My work began about a decade ago, diving deep into the research of copper. It was a tragedy that happened to a loved one of mine, and I dedicated my life to that research. And then that went on to exploring the entire body's immune system. I am the founder of the world's #1 research education center. I also teach a master education course in influential and practitioners, functional practitioners, doctors, wellness coaches, etc., trainers. So my work is definitely widely influential, and I'm thrilled to be part of Alita and support the individual in their journey, whether you're a business leader or even just, you're a stay-at-home single mom. It doesn't matter. I work with everyone. And whatever your health condition, let's begin looking at the mineral system, DNA, other testing as well. And my job as a detective is to connect the dots for you and help you find some real answers to what's going on.
Love it, Rick. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to actually bring everyone back up to the stage. And this is really the time where we want to open this up, guys, for Q&A. So if you're in the audience and you've got a question for anyone that you see on the screen, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I'll actually go ahead and kick it off. I've got a question for Harmony. So, Harmony, my question for you is, if somebody is in a place where maybe they are making all that money, right? They've got money under their mattress, they've got money in the bank, they've got all the coins and things that they can buy, but they just can't seem to get that that grumpiness off their face. Where is the first place that you start from an onboarding perspective?
It's really fascinating because I think that just because we are raised in a world where we are forced to look to an external source for our own survival when we're brought onto this planet, if we don't get fed and taken care of by our parents, we're not going to last long. So it is a very strong program that is actually put into the subconscious mind at the very beginning of life. And we don't realize that it's actually a hint to what we're meant to discover when we actually start to become more introspective. And that happens when you're in your 30s, early 30s, this starts to happen. Tom is a prodigy. He seems to do things a little earlier, but we're not discussing Tom. But what's really fascinating about this is a lot of the things that happen to us at the beginning of life is actually a hint to what we're meant to discover. So when we walk that journey to realize that, we can actually come to the realization that most of those things are a hint to what we're meant to discover, which is actually quite the opposite. So instead of looking to an external source to look for that peace that you're seeking, that validation or praise or success or whatever it is, I actually teach and guide my clients to create an internal ecosystem that supports filling that void. And first and foremost, I'm just going to tell you, self love is at the foundation. There's absolutely no two ways about it. And if I could snap my fingers and give that to everybody with ease, I would, but it's not a thing, obviously. Humans are kind of slow when it comes to learning things, me included. This brain that we have is so limited. We can't just like plug something in and download the information that we want. We have to do it slowly. And so that's why coaches and mentors and leaders and teachers are there, because we need somebody that's going to come and teach us the ABC 1, 2, 3 and guide us and empower us and coach us with love and give us what we need so that we can develop that ecosystem that they've gone and developed for themselves within ourselves. So this is the work that I do to successfully take a person from a place where everything that they're seeking is externally, which again, we all do this. It's beautiful and it's perfect the way that it is. So I don't want to fault anyone thinking that they have ever been doing anything wrong, seeking validation from an outside source. It is natural programming that happens through just being a human being. That being said, your whole world completely changes when you learn how to actually turn all of that inwards and learn how to find your own worth, security, and really become that kind of a person that understands truly who you are from a divine perspective, not from a perspective of who you are in this human existence. So many people, when you ask them, like, who are you? They'll be like, well, I'm an accountant. They purely identify as their job, as their career, as their business. You are not your job, career, or business. You're a divine being walking a human existence. And when you can get in alignment with who you are walking through this human existence and your own divine design, and let go of being a performing monkey for the other people around you, because really it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It's about you and falling in alignment with that. When you truly understand why you're here in this life and you step into alignment with that, it creates a sense of inner peace that you can't experience in any other way. And it allows for you to be able to walk through life with significantly more ease because you let go of the outcome of what other people are doing around you. So things can happen and you can literally just say, oh, yeah, perfect the way it is, cool beans, and just let it go and be in a place of peace. So if this doesn't describe you right now and you want it to be a descriptor for you, you want to learn to embody this, come and talk to me, and I will hold space with unconditional love and zero judgment and be your unconditionally loving cheerleader and help you to curate that internal ecosystem for yourself. And I want to honor really quickly Troy, who said single dad. Yes, there are absolutely single dads out there. And I want to love and adore and honor those single dads out there who are working hard and taking on that responsibility too. You deserve some praise, Troy.
Love it, love it. Thank you so much for sharing and for that context. Troy, I see you. He said, this is so true. Most people can only take on one bit of new information at a time. And here we are trying to pump thousands and thousands of pieces of information in 30 minutes. So I want to bring up my next question is for Tom, and then I'm going to bring you up here at the top of the stage, Tom. So if there's a startup and maybe they're at a place where they're bringing in a little bit of revenue, but they really need something to kind of get them over that hump, maybe it's for marketing, maybe it's to invest in a new employee, what would that first step look like for somebody to actually work with you?
Fantastic. For the companies that we're looking for to work with at the moment, they've generally raised $2 or $3 million already, and they're doing 600,000 or more in revenue per year, so that we can pour fuel on the fire per se, and then we can help them scale with additional sales, additional capital, additional consulting. And as Philip mentioned earlier on the call, we make an amazing team because a lot of the times the companies aren't quite ready for us, or they think they need the capital, but really what they need is a stronger operating team, more marketing, whatever kind of foundation they need. And that's the beauty about Alita. When I can't, service a company, or my team within Alteza Capital, we can't service a company, then we can bring in Jordan to help with the social media or the marketing or the advertising. We can bring in Philip to assist with that. If their energy is really low and the CEO is totally stressed out, we can bring in Rick to assist with that. If they have limiting beliefs, we can bring in Harmony to assist with overcoming lots of limiting beliefs. If they want to, innovate with their personal life and integrate into their business, then we bring in Jody to assist with that. We have other great consultants that we can have help as well. But really, it's so individual to the company, right? We need to analyze their needs, wants, desires, where they currently are, identify their pain points, and progress from there. A lot of the time, as Philip will mention as well, they actually need something that they're not asking for, or what they're asking for is not what they need immediately. If it is, then perfect. We can come on and assist with introductions to family offices, venture capital firms, private equity, high net worth individuals and entities. Typically, we want to come on with companies where we can assist in more than just capital. We want to assist with sales, international expansion, patent applications, technology advancements, partnerships with other companies that are in the similar space that will add value. Smart money is commonly thrown around a lot in the industry, which is something that we work very closely with. And yeah, those would be the areas that we can add value. Jordan, thanks so much for hosting the call here, my friend.
Yes, appreciate that context. So for those of you that are watching, again, guys, it's been scrolling on the ticker, somewhere down below there. That's the website. If you click on the website and you click on coaches, you can see all of our profiles. Don't hesitate to reach out, guys. We're literally here to help you, and we can't help you if you don't take that first step, which is picking up the phone or booking that scheduling link and getting on a call with us. So thank you so much for sharing, Tom. I got a question for Rick. So what would be the number one misconception when it comes to energy, like human energy? I'd love for you to share that.
Great question, Jordan. I would say the number one misconception is that if a person is feeling exhausted, they're in what people like to call adrenal burnout, that it is always an adrenal issue. And secondarily, maybe mitochondria. Okay, so these are the two most common areas of discussion when it comes to addressing energy. It's adrenals and mitochondria. And yes, absolutely. If your adrenals are in insufficiency or hypofunction, that is going to affect your energy. Same too with mitochondria, and I'll discuss that. Let's discuss that a little bit deeper right now. But we'll leave it here for this conversation. But the fact is, there are probably dozens. Well, there are dozens of other factors that play into energy as well, beyond just the adrenals and mitochondria. I've developed the wheel of human energy, the science of human energy. And in that model that I've created, there are, I believe, there's about 50 or 60 different things that we look at in determining where are the energy blocks. Okay, so, but I'll give you guys some value right now, hopefully some value. So in terms of your mitochondria, okay, you probably remember from high school biology class, the mitochondria, those are the little power factories in our cells. They produce energy. in our bodies, there are about 200 trillion, 100 trillion mitochondria in our bodies. Okay, they are producing energy for us. Magnesium is the primary fuel for mitochondria. However, every day in our lives, we are doing things to deplete our magnesium. If you're drinking coffee, right, you need that energy boost, so you're drinking coffee. Well, that is affecting your magnesium. It's basically chelating out magnesium. If you're under high stress, you're losing magnesium. Magnesium is one of several other minerals that do affect mitochondrial function. So then if you have mitochondrial dysfunction, that is going to go on to affect your brain fog, your oxidative stress levels. If you have leaky gut or gut issues, that's going to affect your mitochondria. So there's gut, there's brain, there's mitochondria, there's thyroid, there's toxic metals, there's DNA. DNA variants play into this as well. There's your social circle, right? I mean, I'm extending beyond right now minerals, but even the people that you surround yourself with, if they're all Debbie Downers, it's going to rub off on you too, right? So who are you socializing with? What's your circle look like? So there's lots of areas to look at in addressing energy. And with the copper toxicity work that I do, that is a major factor for a lot of women struggling with energy issues, their history on birth control pills. The effect of that on the nutrient system impairs energy, and then so too does copper. For example, a non-hormonal copper IUD also plays into energy issues. So there's a lot we could get into, but hopefully that answers your question, Jordan.
Yeah. Thanks so much for sharing. You mentioned value. That's a ton of value. So for those of you that are watching, hopefully you guys are taking notes. I didn't understand half the stuff Rick said, but that's why he's the expert in in health, and I'm not. So thank you for sharing that, though, Rick. A lot of it makes sense, right? Your environment can highly impact your attitude. It can impact your energy output level, and like you said, if you're around people that are kind of succubuses or they're negative, you're going to be that, if you're in a room of five, you're going to be that sixth negative person. We essentially become who we surround ourselves with. So I appreciate you sharing that context. But if you
Yeah, and
want more
Jordan,
info, yeah, go ahead,
Jordan,
Rick.
let me just add quickly to that. So as Troy said, most people can only take one small bit of new information at a time, and that is so true. So in the realm of coaching, I mean, I could talk about a million things, but the key is in step-by-step progression. So when I, as a coach, or any of the other coaches are working with clients, we do things one step at a time so that our clients can follow along and adopt things progressively.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, it's got to be in order. It's got to be sequential. You can't, a lot of people want to skip the ladder when it comes to success, and a lot of times it's never a good thing when you kind of skip ahead. We got to start somewhere and then work our way up. So I appreciate you sharing that. My next question is for Jody. There's going to be people watching this broadcast and maybe they catch the replay. I mean, we're streaming on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. We're all over the internet. And there's going to be some people that may have heard, these companies like Levi Strauss and say, I don't have a Levi Strauss budget. So I'd love for you just to give context on, what's it look like to work with you for someone that maybe just has it in their head that, she only worked with these big clients.
Thank you, Jordan. I do want to clarify that. Yeah, I've worked with larger companies, but I also work with smaller companies, entrepreneurs who are just starting out and need clarity about their next steps, business owners who have been in business maybe for 2 to 5 years and longer, but are essentially stuck. They've tried everything, they keep doing the same thing over and over again and are not getting any results from either their product, their sales, their own personal growth, or again, working with the people around them. So I work with a variety of companies and individuals to really work towards an exceptional life that is not only in leading themselves, again, finding out what it takes within them to be a great leader, an inspired problem solving leader, but again, working to make those positive changes one step at a time. Call out to Rick and Tyler. So their change is sustainable. I'd like to say that I'm beyond a cheerleader. I'm not much of a cheerleader because I really look at getting results, which is the bottom line, their revenue, to make sure that that revenue is flowing in. And again, looking ahead in the future so they can innovate products and really scale up their company at any size.
Love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Make sure, guys, again, the website's it's been scrolling for 36 minutes and 31 seconds now. So I know you guys have seen it, whether or not you've, dialed it into Google and checked out the website. Make sure you guys do that because you're gonna again see all of the coaches' profiles. You just click on coaches and you'll find everyone's profile available. My next question is gonna go to Philip. And by all means, guys, if you've got questions of your own, I'm sure we're answering some. This is on purpose to kind of get the ball rolling for you. But if you have your own questions, don't hesitate. Don't be shy. Put them down in the chat. And the other thing we'd love to know is whether you're watching hashtag team live or hashtag team replay. Let us know down in the comments. My next question is for you, Philip. What does that first week, we talked about step by step, it's come up with Rick, it's come up with Jody. So what does the process look like if someone has selected Philip as the guy to lead the charge in helping their startup come off the ground? What does that first week look like for you? Let's just kind of give people that step-by-step process.
Unmute me. Am I unmuted? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. It says muted. Yeah. So thanks, Jordan. Yeah. So one of the things I find with any first or second time founders is the proverbial, I need a lot of money. And so the first thing we do is we do an assessment of where both their business is located, what they're doing in their business, what they're really wanting to accomplish, like what's the journey that they want to go on, what does success look like, and then working backwards from there. And I look at also the background of what their even their personal lives. If they don't have good things going on in their personal lives, then so many people start startups and end up in bad situations, where that doesn't happen. They end up in divorce or other things like that. And that's even happened to me. So I understand what that means. And so I look at all of those, and then we chart out how to get them to their journey faster and quicker so that if they need building their business, they can get and attract the investors that they want. They can attract those startup co-founders, somebody that's really going to add to the team. I got into this whole process because I saw so many people go to an investor and say, hey, what do you think to my idea? And they'd say, oh, come back when you have an MVP, minimum viable product. And then, oh, I got this. Oh, come back when you have sales. And then they come back and then they go, oh, what do you think? Oh, well, come back when you have a bigger market. And so they keep coming back and they're doing it over and over again. And what they really don't realize is the investor is saying, your idea is not very good. So we go back to really basics and understand what is your goal. And if you're trying to get to investors, how do you build a business that's high tech, scalable, really attractive in the marketplace to get you to your goal? But that doesn't mean everybody wants Silicon Valley money. Maybe you're looking for a lifestyle business. You want a business of $2, $3, $4, $5 million. That is perfectly legitimate. I'd rather get a bunch of businesses started because in the future, you can always grow it bigger when you want to grow it bigger. Nobody says you have to be the next Facebook. That's another Silicon Valley myth. We'd all love that dream. But the reality is for every Facebook, there's 999 other failures that never made it. So let's get real about what you can do. And that's where I dig deep into that founder. That's why I call it chief everything officer to the chief executive officer. And then there's another phrase that I've never used. I don't use too often. And that's the chief executive officer sometimes feels like the chief lonely officer. And we deal with all of those to create the success the person and the business and all the executive team wants. So thanks. Yeah, love to help.
Love it, love it. Thank you so much for sharing that context, guys. We're got about 4 minutes left for our time today. So if you have questions, do not hesitate to drop them in the chat. Again, guys, this is one of many meet and greets. Our goal and our purpose today was really just to introduce our coaches and let you know a little bit about what we do. Of course, all the information that we've been discussing, all the services that we have talked about today are going to be available right on our website, which is right down below, guys. So if you look right down below, you'll see it, www.alitainternationalconsultants.com. We're gonna hang tight for a minute. If there's any coach that wants to highlight anything else, feel free. You guys can chime in, and I'll give you your shining moment here as we wrap it up.
I'll go. Um, I think there is a thread, and that is exceptional work life balance. I love what Philip said. I love what Harmony said, all of us with energy and everything. And that is without work life balance, you're not going to be good at anything. You're going to be looking at burnout. You're going to be looking at working many hours, feeling that you have to. And that is what all of our coaches provide, is balancing life so you can do exceptional work in your business, with your relationships, and beyond.
Love it. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jody. It's definitely exciting to be a part of this. And one of the things that we really haven't mentioned is that as we move forward, Tom and our team, we're going to be looking for other consultants to add. So you may be watching this broadcast and you may be thinking, "Man, I'd love to have a Rick to the left of me, or a Philip to the right, or Harmony, you know, in my corner. And how do I get to be a part of this?" And so if that's you, if all you got to do is go to our website, fill out the information form, and our team will be getting back to you, because I know, especially in the new year, our goal is to make this big, right? We don't want to be the Facebook, like Philip said, immediately, but we want to grow this. And most importantly, we want to make sure that we're bringing the right pieces together in the puzzle. And so if you think you can contribute in some way, if you've got that it's something that you're doing where, and your goal is to reach and impact more people in a positive way, I know I'd love to hear from you. I know our team would love to hear from you as well. So don't hesitate to reach out, head to our website, guys, fill out the form. And it's been so exciting just to share a little bit more about what we do with you all. Anyone else, any parting words as we're wrapping up?
I just want to speak to what it is that makes this specific group so unique and special. I'm going to let you know right now, my soul contract, the reason I'm here in this life is to flood this earth with love. And when I had a conversation with Tom, when we first had a chat, I said to him, because I see this a lot in business, a lack of heart, a lack of being based in love, and being high vibration, and thinking about what is in the best interest of Mother Earth and everyone treading on her. And that means everything to me. And I said to Tom, the people that are coming into this group that you are founding need to be based in love. If they're not, I'm not playing here. Just flat out, that's how it is. And he was like, absolutely, I totally respect that. And when I met everyone in the group, when we had our first meeting, I realized that we have exactly that. We have a tribe here based in love. We have a tribe here that is working to influence, support, and encourage businesses that are here to make a difference on the planet, that have a powerful drive to do something amazing, because we are on a beautiful planet. We are in a beautiful time in this world, but there's a mess that needs to be cleaned up. There's ecosystems that need to be cleaned up. And we are here to come in and to create those inclusive ecosystems. We are here to love and encourage and create powerful leaders that have amazing dreams and things they want to do to make a difference on the planet, to clean up the planet, and to help them be successful doing that. So if you want to be over delivered, if you want to be served and guided with love by amazing people who do exactly that, that can help you step into the powerful leader that you want to be, to serve those dreams that you have deep inside of you that maybe you haven't even birthed yet, or you've been struggling to bring into the world, doing it alone, having all sorts of people around you saying you can't do it, you can't do it. Reach out to us, because we are going to show up and give you that ecosystem, that support, that tribe, everything that you've been looking for in every aspect, so that you can see that be a real thing on this planet. Because we really, really want to empower people that want to do amazing things. So if you see that being you, please reach out to us and have a conversation. Don't hesitate, because you might think it's going to be expensive or whatever the case may be. You have no idea what it is that we can do for you until we can let you know. And then once you have the information, you know where to go with it. So just say yes to you and go. That's it.
Love it. I love it. What a great call to action to closing. Just say yes to you and go. Go now. I mean, go. The website's below. It's been scrolling for 47 minutes. So just visit us. Make sure you guys check out all the coaching profiles. Tom, Philip, Jody, Harmony, Rick, thank you so much for taking the time out of your guys' day to be here. And we will see you guys on our next broadcast. Have an amazing day, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks so much, Jordan. Appreciate